What's up guys, this is JB from Civil GG, and in today's video I'm going to be going over how you guys can run the ball like a pro. The first thing I want to go over with you guys is our ability to cut back a run. Now this would be something we use when we want to gain more yards on a run. Typically you'll see it in Madden 22 in the form of a spin back like this, seeing as it's really hard to change directions or cut on a dime like it has been in past Maddens, especially on current gen. But you guys will notice right here that if I were to run right there, I'm getting swallowed up. No, I didn't take the hole directly to the left of me, but you guys can see right here in this replay, a good cutback lane right here would actually be either, we could have gone through this hole right here to our left, but what we would really want to do is seeing that this linebacker right here, I believe that's Cole Holcomb, is about to get picked up by our center. What we would want to do with McCaffrey right here is run right up through this hole, up the middle, in between number 70 and 72, seeing as the only guy that can really pick us up from here is this safety right here who's already 10 plus yards downfield, more than likely going to result in about a 7 or 8 yard gain at minimum. You guys aren't going to be able to cut back your runs if you're not able to find a hole. Something like this, you see right there we hesitated a little bit, we wait to find our hole, we shot through that gap for that was about 8-9 yards. You guys will see right here we got a 4 down line set. Now for me, I know that my center is more than likely going to pick up this guy right here, and so I should have a hole right in between the left defensive end and the left defensive tackle, ideally, if everybody holds their blocks. We did. We had that safety come down, so I tried to bounce it outside, but unfortunately my receiver got shedded on his block. Another way you guys can get better at running the ball is knowing when to run the ball situationally. Now for me, I see 6 people on the line, I see 6 people that I have to block. Right here, I'm assuming, the middle may not be open because we can see right here, we got our left tackle to block this guy, our left guard to block this guy, our center who's more than likely going to pick up this guy, and ideally our right guard would pick up this one, right tackle this guy, and tight end this guy. But because there are 2 people lined up in the A gap, I can't really just assume that my center is automatically going to pick up this guy who I want him to. So ideally, I wouldn't run up the middle here. I would have something in my audibles like a stretch. You guys will see right here. We do have the numbers to the right side. And even with something like this, I can recognize that they're in a zone here. So if I wanted to motion someone across and give myself an even bigger advantage, I could do something like that. You guys will see right here, we got a double team on the edge. Receiver unfortunately didn't pick up his block, but you guys can see we had all sorts of space over here. We had a double team on this guy, and ideally Robbie Anderson goes and picks up his block, which he didn't do for whatever reason. He kind of just bumped into him, let him go, and Terrace Marshall literally just didn't go and get his guy, which is pretty unfortunate because we are definitely off to the races there if he picks up his block. My final tip for you guys that's going to help you guys become better runners is understanding how to use the skill moves, specifically knowing the difference between a skill move holding turbo and a skill move without it. You guys will see right here, I got this real quick spin going. That is without holding the turbo button, which is RT or R2 depending on what console you guys are on. And right here, you guys will see me, I'm holding turbo right now, and we get this slow kind of clunky spin. Now for me personally, I really, really, really love that spin without holding turbo. It's all preference, but it's definitely more effective. Like let's say you're in open field, you want to make one dude miss, just hit him with a quick spin back without turbo. It's much quicker. You're going to be able to accelerate out of the spin much faster. And the next one is the juke move. I will show you guys, this is how he is holding the turbo button. Do it again. It's a pretty long cut compared to this little shortcut that we've got going when we're not holding turbo. And now these other ones don't really matter whether or not you're holding turbo. I would probably say hold turbo if you're going to truck. You've got momentum going into the trucking animation while you're going faster. That's just physics. And the last skill move is going to be the hurdle. Not something I would typically recommend without leapfrog. You can jurtle like this too. Also really wouldn't recommend that without leapfrog. You're more than likely going to fumble. Pretty important thing to note is that the quick spin like this is no longer a thing in Madden 23 based on the beta. Now that isn't like a surefire thing, but we're 99% sure that quick spin is no longer going to be a thing, just based on the movement. You know, going really fast like this, quick spin is not ideal for the game, because really all it takes at that point is one spin, you turn upfield and you're gone, just based on that slow movement that we get on next gen. It's just pretty unfair. You see, like, we're slowing down to make a move, the defenders are slowing down with us, and we just accelerate out of that spin so much faster. So I would expect to see something a little bit more like this, the holding turbo spin, even when you aren't without turbo. Just a prediction, not something super locked in, just something I think you guys should keep in mind. If you guys did enjoy this video and felt like you learned something, please consider dropping a like and subscribing, as well as checking out our website, civil.gg, where you guys can get full schemes used at the absolute highest level. You guys can use code GG for 20% off at checkout.